this in all the way, or did it get jostled loose? Hold on, I'm gonna try unplugging, replugging in my headphones.
I walk on. I am unable to think. I am empty.
They took out King's Bridge! Air Defense Command has ordered an evacuation. You've been ordered to give up Grace Maria. You've got to be nuts! Listen! The plan is to withdraw, meet up with all remaining forces from each area. All stricken team members assemble for takeoff. For the glory of our country, then regroup for a counterattack.
You have to leave now. As far away from here as you can. They're coming from the sky.
Nimbus launch. Go side to all forces. We must implement an emergency reformation. Garuda team, thought you could use some cover. What's this? Missiles. Let's do this, Garuda 1! Running out. Attack request, roger.
I don't know a whole lot about war.
Go side, there's some interference.
But there's something I need to tell you.
Broken through their line of defense. Go! All planes, we're going to take back Grace Maria today.
Oh, the game's over. Okay. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, I just want to do at least the first mission of this. Yes, create new AC6 game data. My headphones are like breaking up something fierce. Includes functionality to avoid crashing. Well, I wish I had that in Ace Combat 4, that's for sure. And yeah, I want the... I want the normal controls with subtitles, because I'm not an... Because, you know, we live in an era where we can have subtitles. If I decide to stream Ace Combat 6 again, I'll dedicate a file to it.
Here we go.
Got everything?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Here, honey. An offering for the king.
See you later, Mom.
How do I discharge something from my cord?
Listen to your teacher, okay? And, give the king my best.
Dance with an angel, Mom. Yeah.
Maybe we'll tango today instead of waltz. That's our way of saying goodbye. My husband is an Air Force pilot and refers to fighter planes as angels. When he'd go on a mission that kept him away from home, I'd tell him in frustration to go dance with his angels. Matilda grew up hearing this, and now she uses it all the time. There's a nice view of the King's Bridge from our house. That iron giant is the pride of Grace Maria, our capital city.
Everything's so
In the
peaceful.
old quarter of the city beyond the bridge, you can make out an ancient castle, which is even more famous than the bridge. My daughter Matilda is going there on a field trip today. In the throne room rests the Golden King. He's been smiling for a good 600 years now. The king was a gentle person who was a bit on the small side, but he crafted a giant suit of armor that convinced his enemies to surrender without a single fight. Afterwards, they found such warmth in his smile that they bowed down to him in humility. Anyway, that's how the story goes. His smiling face still touches the hearts of our people. The very face my daughter and the others got on a bus to see this morning.
This is an Ace Combat game. You know shit's about to
The
go
song
down.
on the radio seems to be a perfect match for the sunny weather. I have no idea what's happening. That awful sound and the shaking. Was that a blast of wind from an explosion? The castle disappeared behind a pillar of flame.
Now, I didn't go to the tutorial, so I'm praying to
Attention
God.
all pilots. Our capital city, Grace Maria, is under attack by unknown aircraft. Damage from the attacks is widespread throughout the city. All planes scramble and intercept all threats immediately.
What does that mean, units? Does that mean like like soldiers? I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to do too much bombing stuff. Don't know what any of this means. Okay, yeah, I get what this. Okay, it's a dogfight mission, primarily. What have I got? Only an F-16. And I'm guessing it has XMAs. What? How do you have XMAs?
Garuda team, time to take off.
Why does it have XMAs? Oh, this is gonna be fun. It actually gave me a good sub-weapon to start with. Because in Ace Combat, in 4, your starting plane had like a unguided bombs, small ones, which are decent. They don't have a large blast radius, but you get a lot of them, so you can do a lot of bombing with them. I get an actual, special weapon in this game, and I love it. Oh, I thought this was a loading screen.
They took out King are cleared for takeoff. Don't get overeager. Just do what you always do. Garuda 1 liftoff. Cerberus team runway clearance granted. Takeoff when ready. All aircraft under Airborne Command's jurisdiction following takeoff. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Airborne warning and control system ghost eye to all scrambling defense craft. The situation has not yet been ascertained. We must implement an emergency reformation. Follow your individual instructions. Garuda 1, you do not have a wingman. Let's see. Shamrock. Shamrock, are you alone too? Very well. As of now, you're Garuda 2.
Okay. So I'm Garuda 2. Garuda 1, I've got your back. No time for introductions now, though. Go ahead and I'll follow your lead. Never was good with directions anyhow.
Garuda team, you are authorized to engage any hostile aircraft above Grace Maria.
Woohoo!
Roger that. May the Golden King smile upon us.
Now I am praying that there isn't too much different from Ace Combat 4.
Ghost Eye to Garuda 1 Talisman and Garuda 2 Shamrock. We are currently in a state of emergency. Our
Okay.
nation is under attack by unknown forces. Do whatever you can to fend off the invasion.
Garuda 2, roger that. Garuda 1, you call the shots.
Overhead. Where the hell am I supposed to evacuate these people?
This is Commander Whitmer of the 15th Squadron. The enemy is expanding its field of attack. Stay alert. Garuda 1, there's too many of them. Use your SP weapon.
All ships determining enemy forces over the bay. Get those anti-air guns ready for battle. Panicking in the west sector. They won't work. I need backup. I repeat.
Focus all anti-aircraft fire on those bombers. Don't let them get any closer.
We interrupt this program for an emergency news report. Grace Maria is currently under attack by unidentified aircraft. The damage apparently extends throughout the entire capital.
We've got an ID on the invaders. We're engaged with the Estovakian military.
The Estovakians? Their economy's been in shambles for years.
Oh yeah, I love that targeting weapon.
Warning, incoming missile.
Dang, I didn't see it coming. Can't see my damage level. But you see me like swerve like crazy count.
They can barge into someone's house without even calling first. Unbelievable. I say we teach him a few manners before we kick him out.
Alright. Stop without wanting to go, bros.
Give me a sit rep. Which bridge are we talking about?
Back the other way. The bridge has collapsed.
Nice work. Take care of these
Oh,
again while they're up in the air. It's like shooting fish in
boom. Are they? Oh yeah, they are all.
Always been bombed to hell. It's totally useless now.
An intense ground war is taking place in the East District. We strongly urge all citizens of Grace Maria to stay indoors at this time.
Cloak and tank company advance. Keep those airborne tanks from moving in.
Garuda team, watch your necks out there. Stick with close-range targets and run them down.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! Looks like the stogies are running out of steam. Had enough, boys?
Okay, that's what I'm aiming for.
The
Lockheed threat level has been reduced. You should be able to hold out against them.
Garuda 1, we've almost got him. Let's do this one plane at a time.
Fox 2, Fox 2. I missed one mark. Fox 3.
The West Sector shelter in the old core has been annihilated. Where should I direct the people now?
Oh,
Careful
yeah.
now. The enemy has you on radar.
We have radar lock on.
Tell the Air Force to keep the enemy away from 6th Street. Just give me 5 minutes.
Garuda 1, almost out of special weapons.
Alright, we're gonna have to
Nice
do this.
kill.
We're doing this the old-fashioned way then.
Keep an eye on your 6 o'clock.
That's the million-dollar question. The closer we can get to it.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Got him.
I've got a lock.
All special weapons used. We have radar lock on.
No one's getting to those choppers.
Gotcha. Careful now. The enemy has you on radar. Fired. I have him.
Enemy plane in gun range.
Evacuate everyone. I just hope they don't drop a bomb on us.
Where the hell is it? It's below me. Alright. There you are, you son of a bitch.
Talisman is locked on.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar. Ah, he evaded. Unit 2 launched missile.
I've finished evacuating the west sector of the old core. I'll wait further orders.
Got him.
Enemy dead ahead. Lock on. Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Head up. That was close. Wow. How do I... How do I page through the map views?
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Ah, what just hit me?
Enemy dead ahead.
Come on.
Garuda 1 bagged an enemy. Shamrock, Fox 3. Garuda 2 here. I bagged a kill.
Nice.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you.
Now he shake me off.
Missile was evaded. Radar lock. Garuda 1, Fox 2.
One down an enemy.
Bandit at my 12. Locking on.
This? Fox 2, Fox 2.
Enemy plane down.
Missile strike confirmed.
Shamrock, Fox 2. Lock on.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Alright, time to get the final.
Bandit dead ahead.
Garuda 1, Fox 2. Enemy chopper down.
That's what I like to hear. Our Air Force is holding down the enemy. Keep it up.
The Estovakian threat level is even lower now. Drive them out of Ameria.
Icon to Strigan team. We are prepared to launch.
Is that the super weapon?
Strigan leader to Agayan. We will commence mission operations once your delivery is complete.
Of course, this is Russian accents. Of course! So originality would be nice.
Attention all aircraft. We are ready for Nimbus launch. Begin the countdown. Booster ignition complete. Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire!
Oh, it's Porky's bottle rockets.
Engage the enemy at will following Nimbus impact. Finish them off.
What's this? Missiles?
Oh dang, I am getting Stonehenge flashbacks.
Number 3, your radio's down. Number 3, where are you? Somebody knows. Missiles just finished in midair. Half our planes have been wiped off the radar.
What the hell was that? Where are they coming from?
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Those are no ordinary cruise missiles. Evade like hell if you want out of this alive.
Damn it! What about our city? What about Grace Maria?
and run like hell. This
A
probably.
large-scale explosion has apparently occurred in midair. No further details as yet. I repeat.
Which direction are the missiles coming from? Right or left? Emergency.
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Air Defense Command has ordered an evacuation. You've been ordered to give up Grace Maria. Break away from this airspace and head west.
Are you out of your mind? We can't comply with that order.
We are militarily at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, the
Comply
yellows
with the
are
order
here.
and head west.
Pull out. This is Avalanche. We're not going anywhere.
Listen! It's only temporary. The plan is to withdraw, meet up with all remaining forces from each area, then regroup for a counterattack. We can't afford to lose you. Follow the order.
This is Garuda 2 to Garuda 1. We really should get out of here.
Oh, I'm getting down.
Target kill confirmed. That's it, Pusher. Looking good. We're going to sweep that area under the rug. Grace Maria has fallen. I can't figure these guys out. Landed in my sights.
Roger, I've got your back.
He's about over here, Shamrock. Coming home in a body bag.
Garuda team, you're about to exit the combat zone. Maintain your course west to leave the airspace.
I took a missile. My bird is fried. A missile alert? Where was it fired from? The captain's always on the ball.
Garuda team, you've made it out of the combat zone. Head for the rendezvous point.
I promise we'll be back for you. Just a little longer. I promise.
Reinforcements, stay alert.
That was cool. I like that.
Our military has escaped destruction because of your valiant efforts on the battlefield. But our capital, Grace Maria, has been temporarily occupied by Estavakian forces, and our central government has been usurped by them as well. The nation of Estavakia had declared war with our country as it simultaneously launched a surprise attack on Grace Maria. In response, the Republic of Emeria's Political Council unanimously adopted a resolution of open war against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. Our forces remaining on the Emerian mainland are still fighting in desperation to protect our country. Once our intelligence has been sorted and confirmed, the Republic of Emeria's armed forces must immediately regroup and counterattack against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. The beautiful country of Emeria belongs to us, and only us, the Emerian people.
I just want to see what the kill ratio ends up being. Because I have the streaming indicator in the bottom right, so I can't see my damage. Probably should have moved it. So it ends up being
Fire and smoke rises from the city before me. The king's bridge is gone. Oh no. No! I vaguely hear a scream of terror that sounds much like my own voice from afar. I feel as though the Golden King's gentle smile is moving farther away from me. Every now and then, I tell my daughter the story of the night some years ago. A night when the sky was radiant with shooting stars. That night, your father and I made countless wishes together. An asteroid called Ulysses came into Earth's orbit and disintegrated into millions of pieces, which poured down on the land below. As we watched the shooting stars that night, fragments from the asteroid rained down on our eastern neighbor, Estovakia, damaging a great deal of their infrastructure and devastating their economy.
I'd be a bit salty if I got destroyed by a
Soon
meteor
after,
shower.
the news reported that their nation had fallen into a civil war, one that would last for years. Eventually, the internal strife was brought to an end when the generals came into power. In the midst of hardship, the citizens of Estovakia were convinced that the only way they could recover as a nation was to rely on a military government led by these generals. Before long, they went so far as to invade our nation, the Republic of Ameria. Our military was forced to retreat to Kesid, an island far to the west. My husband, a fighter pilot, also hasn't come home since.
Ah, yes, they make sure that there's glare on his face. Because her husband's Garuda 1, after all. They never had to do this with Mobius
I walk
1.
on. I am unable to think.
That
All
woman
I can do is
that's
follow
walking
the
to the left
others.
looks very unnatural. They're not even holding their backpack. She's not even holding her
Ever since we
backpack
came
strap.
to the twisted remains of my daughter's school bus, my soul has left me.
Aww, she lost her daughter.
I am empty.
I lost my daughter. Does this mean I go into a murderous rage? Kill literal gods?
Some of our tanks are parked at the approach to the bridge.
There's a train still running on the other side of the river. She goes all the way out to the edge of the border. We've got to blast this bridge before the enemy gets a hold of it. So move it or lose it, people!
Here I see the wreckage of a jet that was shot down. On what's left of the nose, I can make out some writing. Melissa. It's my name. What a cruel twist of fate for me to see this. My pilot husband, who had left for work that day with the same loving look on his face as always.
Oh, so I'm not her husband.
He had painted my name on his angel.
Then who the hell am I?
I go into the crowd on the train and endure 2 weeks of pure hell before finally ending up at a refugee camp at the border. I don't know any of the names on the list. My compatriots, who have now become refugees, gather around a single radio to listen to the broadcast. Even though the station is broadcasting out of Grace Maria, occupying forces have taken complete control of the airwaves. The enemy must have completely overtaken our capital, Grace Maria.
And although newer parts of the city have suffered considerable damage, the castle and a significant section of the old quarter have escaped relatively unscathed.
The castle's okay.
However,
Thank God.
the announcer went on to say that our castle was robbed of countless antiquities that once were elaborately displayed in our castle.
I think that's a war crime.
Stripped bare.
As the Slovakian military, it is our sworn duty to govern this crumbling nation and get it back on its feet, starting right here in Grace Maria. I found a group of street children in front of the central station here, where the area has literally been reduced to a slum. Step on up here, little girl. What do you have to say about all this?
Go dance with the angels, mister.
My ears were not deceiving me.
Yes!
That voice belonged to my daughter, Matilda.
I have a sassy, not a daughter. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. Anyway, yeah. Apparently the Slovakian military thinks that hiring someone straight out of the 1920s was a good idea. I say it just shows we're more stuck in the past than we thought. And I'm just imagining the girl kicking this guy really hard in the shin. Like really, really hard. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a night here, and I had fun, even if trying to finish a run was rage-inducing earlier. I had warned it was either gonna be a master at work. Sorry, I made a mistake there. I had warned it was either gonna be a master at work or a disaster waiting to happen, and it turns out it was the latter. Anyway, hopefully I can do something like this again sometime. It's nice to have an actual way to stream besides stuff on the PC. I'm terrible at ending things. See you around.